finally here. The thing we've all been waiting for. And with everything going on in the world today, it's definitely time. It's not a fight. It's the idea of looking out for each other. The thing we've all been waiting for is us. Huntington, welcome.
Hi, I'm Rick Kaiser from Buick and Reese. This month, spring into this new Equinox for just $190 a month.
Or a new Chevy Trax starting at just $158.
Drop in at the corner savings M15 and M81 in Reese.
Or online at KaiserAuto.com. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Before you hit mid-Michigan roads this winter, ride along with the WNEM TV5 Road Warriors and know before you go. WNEM is coverage you can count on.
I wish the freaking bridge was open.
It's not helping business, that's for sure.
An ongoing bridge closure takes its toll, inconveniencing commuters and bumming out business owners. So what's wrong with it? And most importantly, when is it going to open to traffic again?
A water crisis whistleblower is set to take the stand today. Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha is expected to testify in the hearing for a top state health official. What does she have to say about Dr. Eden Wells?
It's Courtney, Christina, and McCarthy on Carpool Karaoke. We take a look back at some highlights from last night's primetime special. There's your wake-up call. Again, it's Tuesday, April 24th.
Coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 Wake Up.
Hey, good morning, Mid-Michigan. Starting out with this live look over Bay City and Flint. Going to be a little bit cooler today. Maybe even a little rain, but we were just spoiled yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this beautiful sunrise this morning. A little bit of drizzle, but nothing we can't handle. Well, thank you so much for waking up with TV5. I'm Elena Holland.
Yeah, and I'm Sarah Simnich, and we can handle a little bit of rain. We do need it to start planting those flowers, greening
Especially
up the
compared
grass.
to what we were having last week. I'll take today's weather.
Rain.
Yeah. It's not going to be very much rain. We're not talking downpours, are we today, Chris?
No, I mean, a few moderate pockets here or there, but generally light rain out the door. Really generally light rain over the next 24 to 36 hours while this system moves through. It is going to be kind of a nuisance at times. It's definitely not going to be as nice as yesterday, but as you guys mentioned, anything to help kind of green things up around here, certainly welcome. Now, here's a look at your First Warn 5 Sky Tracker. We do have showers mainly along I-69 this morning, or have been mainly along I-69, but it looks like we're starting to get some activity blossoming around the Saginaw Bay and areas northward that may be struggling to reach the ground in a few spots. It may not be raining in every single spot you see on the radar this morning, but it is starting to reach the ground in places like Genesee County, and if it is, it's likely going to be very light early today. We still have plenty of moisture off to our south. That's going to be moving in our direction at times over the next 24 to 36 hours, so even if you're not seeing a whole lot of rain this morning, you'll likely run into some of that at times as we go throughout the afternoon and the evening. Now, temperatures now a bit of a mix across the area. We've got 38 in Oscoda, but places around the Tri-Cities and Thumb ranging from the lower to middle 50s, 54 in Bad Axe. That's been the warm spot this morning, even as warm as 56. Unfortunately, these temperatures really not seeing as much movement into the afternoon as they did yesterday. I think a lot of our highs are going to be capped in the 50s for today. A few low 60s in some of our more mild locations, but it does look like there is another 70 in your 7-day forecast. We'll see when that arrives coming up.
Thanks, Chris. We are working with one accident at this hour in the Flint area. Unfortunately, so if you are heading that way, you do want to give yourself a few extra minutes or avoid that area completely. Now heading on over to the Bay County area where we are working with a previous construction area and a new one. That previous construction zone here on I-75 southbound causing the right lanes to be blocked between exit 162A, D, and exit 160. As for that new one that's going to be not too far below here on I-75 southbound where the lanes are blocked from exit 160 to exit 154. So if you are heading this way, be sure to give yourself a few extra minutes out the door. And once you get past all that construction, traffic is moving along this line. Sarah, back to you.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Bridge this morning.
Nearly $1.5 million has already been spent on repairs, but crews still can't get it to open.
I wish the freaking bridge was open.
Business,
The hit to traffic over the Independence Bridge in Bay City is taking its toll on local businesses, and owners want it back open soon. The bridge was slated to open up last month.
but it's already been delayed twice.
It's probably affected at least probably half our business. Definitely frustrating. I mean, it's a huge destination point. People going through that area, you know, it cuts off a lot.
Well, there's no exact date for when the bridge will open, but it could take around. Happening today, she's been credited with discovering. The man police say
look, he looks like a crazy Gavin.
Office says this man, 31-year-old Adam Pitt of Farwell, entered a restaurant Saturday night holding a gun and wearing a ski mask. The suspect demanded the nightly banking deposits and took off. The Clare County Prosecutor's Office charged Pitt with armed robbery and other charges. He remains locked up in the millions and creating more jobs. Plastic Trim International plans to invest more than $1,600. The move could create 210 jobs at Pasco County. The company opened its Baldwin Township plant back in 1992 and also runs a logistics center in Tawas City. An unpleasant surprise for some pot dispensaries in Michigan. The Detroit Free Press reports several legitimate businesses received a cease and desist letter ordering them to stop or risk any chance of getting a new license. The companies were operating under temporary emergency rules while waiting for approval from the state. But the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs says the letters are fake. The state says businesses receiving a letter after April 19th should report the issue. A rogue trash hauler who bribed public officials to protect his business in suburban Detroit has been sentenced to 5.5 years behind bars. Chuck Rizzo paid off officials in Macomb County and stole $900,000 from the company when it was controlled by out-of-state investors. Yesterday in a Port Huron federal court. Rizzo's been in custody since February for violating bond conditions. You may remember the name Rizzo from the company's brief stint in mid-Michigan. Flint Mayor Karen Weaver wanted to hire Rizzo to collect trash in the city back in 2016. A separate company creating a turf war. The council eventually got its way and hired Republic Waste Services. More local news. A local police department swears in its newest officers. The city of Midland will be welcoming James Compte and Jacob DeFrancesco to the force this afternoon. It all takes place in the council chambers of City Hall. That ceremony starts at 2:30. Well, this picture shows one person can change the world. It shows Frankenmuth native Commander Heidi Ellis teaching Guatemalan children about nutrition as part of the Navy's Continuing Promise program. The mission is to provide U.S. support and humanitarian assistance in Central and South America. The U.S. Navy released the photo as part of its community outreach. That seems like a very great experience for her, and great to see that photo as well.
Absolutely.
Well, TV5 News Time is 6:37.
A car plowed into their home, and the whole thing was caught on camera. Now he wants to know what's being done to keep his family safe. We're asking the tough questions.
And here's a live look outside now at Birch Run, where we have light traffic moving along just fine. No problems if you are heading this way.
We ask the tough questions for you. Investigative news coverage you can count on.
Obesity-related medical costs are in the billions now in the epidemic that plagues nearly half of all adults.
People who've taken life-saving action with their food addiction.
The United States of Obesity.
Today at 3 on WNEM TV5.
The day of my motorcycle accident was all a blur. I woke up with a fractured arm, and I had to have surgery, so I decided to call Lee. Lee came to the hospital just like he promises on TV, and got me $600,000.
I'll be right there. Strength, versatility, durability. Turn after turn after glorious turn. From America's fastest growing riding mower brand. Test drive American-built strength today at your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer, where you can find expert service, advice, and get $100 off select zero-turn mowers for a limited time. To find a locally owned dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
Whether it's a big thing, small thing, or
something unexpected, PNC will be right there when you need us. Because when it comes to your finances, if you focus on today, tomorrow has a way of working itself out. PNC. Make today the day.
Brian Elias for 1-800-HANSON. If you're one of those lucky people getting a tax refund, use it to fix up your home, your biggest investment. And right now, we'll make your refund money go further with 50% off the installation of our famous triple pane windows, plus no payments and no interest till 2019. And get a free Amazon Echo whether you buy from us or you buy from our competitor. The Echo is yours. 1-800-HANSON, better windows, better prices.
After a semi hit my wife, she was in shock for days with severe trauma to her brain. So I called Lee. Lee met us at the ICU just like he promised us on TV. And he got my wife $1.1 million.
Call me. I'll be right there.
She's anorexic.
My mom has dragged me into gaining weight.
I need you to stop playing the anorexia.
Michelle Naidoo.
I'm married.
New Dr. Bill. Today at 4 p.m. TV5. Certified most accurate by WeatherRate. Now your first Ward 5 forecast with meteorologist Chris Eastlick.
Over Magnet, Michigan, TV5 News Time is 6:40. A live look now at the downtown Flint area this morning where we have some wet bricks after some showers are passing through the region early today. Also plenty of cloud cover across mid-Michigan. Even if you're not seeing the rain showers this morning, that is keeping our temperatures mild in the 40s and 50s. And there's those showers passing through the Flint area right now. Fairly light activity this morning. Shouldn't slow you down too much out on area roads. Of course, keep an eye out for any of those wet roads and slick areas. But other than that, we should be just fine. And TV5 weather spotter Rick Glass are reporting a mild temperature in Bay City this morning, right around 48 degrees. Overcast conditions for the moment. Not reporting any rain in Bay City right now. But Bay City, like everyone else, will have a chance to pick up some showers over the next 24 to 36 hours. Now, Carol Upton sent this beautiful photo in last night. This one from Sand Lake, right around National City. Beautiful colors on display there with those high clouds moving in last night. Carol, thanks for sending that one in. If you want to post your photos, you can always post them to the TV5 Facebook page, and we'd be happy to show them throughout Wake Up. Now, your bus stop forecast for today features that slight shower chance this morning. Not everyone going to see one. Better chances later this afternoon. Temperatures much cooler today, but still around the upper 50s and low 60s. We'll show you where we're going the rest of the week. That's coming up in just a bit.
Sunset photos there as well. Thank you, Chris. TV5 News Time is 6:41. Well, finding a designated driver is usually a smart decision, but for one woman, it could mean 10 years behind bars. We'll explain.
Live on-time traffic brought to you by Steiner Tractors.
Hey, quick!
For old tractors, London, Michigan.
Hi, I'm Eric from Kaiser Chevrolet Buick and Reese. This month, spring into a new Silverado starting at $184, or Buick Enclave starting at $354. Stop into the corner of savings, M15 and M81 in Reese, and online at KaiserAuto.com.
Chevrolet, find new road.
Last year, the Mike Morse Law Firm won the state's largest settlement. It was for a motorcycle accident. No one works as hard as we do, and it shows in the results. Injured on a motorcycle, call the expert.
It matters where you buy your car, and you will do better at Garber Chevrolet. With better customer service, more Chevrolets than any other dealer, and always the lowest price.
This April, lease a new Chevy Equinox for just $115 a month, or drive a new Chevy Traverse for just $235 a month.
It matters where you buy your car.
And you will do better at Garber Chevrolet. Saginaw Eastman in Midland, and 13 in Linwood, Gratiot Road in Saginaw.
Welcome to Northwoods, where we make the outdoors affordable. Michigan. This new Equinox for just $190 a month. Or a new Chevy Trax starting at $158. Stop in at the corner of savings, M15 and M81.
Or online at KaiserAuto.com. Chevrolet, find new road.
Catch TV5 News and weather on the Most Country 98 KCQ each weekday morning.
Get everything you need for your projects during Menards Spring Catalog Sale. Menards has the blocks you need to create your ideal outdoor space. Whether it's flawless landscaping, a spacious patio, or a sturdy retaining wall, there's no limit to what you can create with so many styles and options to choose from. 16-inch brick-faced cobblestone and lakestone patio blocks are your choice. 2 for $5. Plus, Menards gift cards are perfect for Mother's Day.
Save big money at Menards.
A house left in shambles after a speeding car rammed into it. Now a family demands answers.
So we're asking the tough questions this morning.
Now take a look at this. Surveillance video shows a car slamming into the Mount Morris home earlier this month. Now, when a family of 5 was sleeping inside, police say the driver was going 4 times the speed limit.
The driver was severely injured. Damages to the house are estimated in the thousands. But what the homeowner was most upset about is that this has happened before.
We have actually called the police several times. We had them out here just 2 weeks ago. There was nothing they could do about it. We told them then 2 weeks ago, somebody's going to get killed.
The owner says police have stepped up patrol since the last crash, but he's hoping for a permanent solution. We took our tough questions to Genesee Township Police, but have not had any answers yet.
By the way, the family says they are struggling with the cost of those damages. So if you'd like to help, you can find their GoFundMe page in the WNEM.com hot links section.
Speakers from controversial churches are getting ready to step foot on a Mid-Michigan college campus. Today, CMU's media law class is set to feature guests from the Westboro Baptist Church and the founder of the Satanic Temple of Detroit. Westboro is known for its picket lines, among other controversial messages. According to the Morning Sun, the appearance is part of a class presentation discussing the First Amendment. Only those enrolled in the class may attend.
On the eve of the 4-year anniversary of the water crisis, residents of the Vehicle City continue to call on action from the state to provide them with clean water. This morning, the Flint H2O Justice Coalition will speak on the state's decision to shut down water distribution centers. Also in today's press conference, they'll talk more about the 2 events planned for tomorrow. That's at 10:30 at Grace Tabernacle Church in Flint. TV5 will keep you updated as we learn more.
Also happening in Flint today, a forum outlining women's issues and the upcoming election. #US2 is sponsored by the city's Area Public Affairs Forum, featuring several speakers discussing issues and how they may affect the coming election. It starts at 5:30. That's at the General Reading Room inside the Flint Public.
Lunch hour, killing 10 and injuring 15. That police still have not ruled out as terrorism.
Police are looking for answers on why he drove a rented van for more than a mile, hitting everything in his path.
He just went on the sidewalk. He just started hitting everybody, man. He hit every single person on the sidewalk. Anybody in his way, he would hit.
Wow, well, officials are investigating to see if anyone else was involved. They say there's no national security connection to this particular incident.
Former President George H.W. Bush may be doing better after being admitted to intensive care on Sunday. The 93-year-old had an infection that spread to his blood. Sources say he was in critical condition, but now doctors say he's since responded to treatment and appears to be recovering. The hospitalization comes less than a week after Bush lost his wife of 73 years. Barbara Bush died last Tuesday.
Pothole payback. The Detroit Free Press reporting on 3 pieces of legislation in the State House that could make it easier for the state to reimburse you for pothole damaged cars. Under those, MDOT would have to create a website for you to report potholes. The amount for reimbursement from the state would increase from $1,000 to $5,000. Communities would also have to fix a reported pothole within 7 days instead of the current 30 in order to be immune from reimbursement. But lawmakers say the bills likely will not even get a hearing.
Are you shopping for a new job? Grocery store chain Aldi is on a statewide hiring spree. Today is a one-day event. The store is looking to fill over 100 positions across the state. It's taking place at every store from 9 until 6. Wages begin at $12 an hour, so good luck.
You can go out today to support some local artists. The 25th annual Art at the Inn event in Frankenmuth is underway. The show at the Bavarian Inn highlights work from elementary through high school students. Attendees can vote for their favorites. It runs through Wednesday. Doors are open from 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Certified most accurate by WeatherRate. Now your first Ward 5 forecast with meteorologist Chris Eastland.
Good Tuesday morning, Mid-Michigan. Hopefully everyone had a great start to the week yesterday. Certainly one of the nicer days we've seen in quite some time. Temperatures going well into the 60s, if not the low 70s. But as soon as those nice temperatures arrive, they're going away today. But still, we're going to be doing a lot better than we were at times last week. We're also adding some showers to the mix. Your first 1-5 pinpoint Doppler radar. Live from MBS and 3D showing showers starting to blossom across the region early this morning. Staying generally light, not expecting anything to be overly heavy as the system works through about Wednesday morning. It's not going to be consistent rain. You'll likely get a few breaks here or there, but certainly enough to kind of hopefully start greening things up a little bit around here and really move us in the right direction as spring finally takes hold for good. We see a few of those showers starting to pop up over the last hour or so right around the Saginaw Bay and areas off to the north. Keep in mind we do have a very dry air mass in place, so it may not be reaching the ground in every single spot that you see. However, if it is likely and shouldn't cause you too many problems on the morning commute today. We're still fairly dry in the Saginaw area, just very cloudy. That's keeping temperatures overnight pretty mild. Most of us seeing 40s and 50s out the door this morning. Unfortunately, there's plenty of clouds around. We're going to see the temperatures move all that as we work. Fairly widespread during the overnight period. A few showers lingering into early Wednesday. This is 6 a.m. Tomorrow night. I do think the farther east you are, the tougher of a call that's going to be. I think we're probably going to stay mostly cloudy in the for the balance of the day. But of course, US 127 you are, it does look like things may end up right now before we really see the sun take hold going back into Thursday. Now, how much rain are we expecting on the system? Probably around 1/4 of an inch or less. Anywhere that rain persists, we